Trauma remains a memory that brain should always be able to reprocess, but trauma often disrupts this process. These disruptions can lead to mental dysfunction, emotional imbalances, and cognitive impairments. Problems arising from trauma are not just about the past event, but also about how the brain functions. Trauma can be defined as events that cause fear, helplessness, and extreme stress, often resulting in physical or psychological harm. Such experiences can disturb a person's emotional and psychological well-being. Experiencing trauma can profoundly change how a person perceives the world and themselves. A person's experience of trauma is not just about the moment of the event. Often, these experiences leave lasting imprints on the brain, influencing future behaviors, thoughts, and even physical health. How the brain responds to trauma. Our brain automatically shifts into survival mode in the face of danger or traumatic events. Three primary brain regions play a critical role in this process: the amygdala, hippocampus, and prefrontal cortex. Amygdala, the alarm system. The amygdala is the part of the brain is responsible for processing fear and detecting danger. During trauma, it quickly activates, preparing the body for the fight or flight response. Stress hormones surge, heart rate increase, and heightened alertness sets in. However, after trauma, the amygdala may continue to signal danger even when the threat is gone, leading to persistent anxiety and fear. Hippocampus, the memory organizer. The hippocampus is responsible for recording and organizing memories in a logical sequence. However, trauma can disrupt this function. As a result, traumatic memories may be fragmented and disorganized. A person may struggle to recall the full details of traumatic events or may forget the parts of it entirely. Certain triggers can cause memories to resurface as if they are happening in real time. Prefrontal cortex, the rational thinker. The prefrontal cortex manages decision-making, emotional regulation, and logical thinking. During trauma, this area becomes less active, making the person feel helpless, out of control, and panic. The brain's imbalances after trauma. After trauma, the brain may remain in the state of hyper-alertness. Memories can be stored in a fragmented manner, and the individual may be persistently unsafe. However, the brain has an incredible ability to heal. With the right therapy and support, traumatic memories can be processed and the sense of safety can be restored. How traumatic memories are stored. After trauma, memories are often stored chaotically and fragmented with our memory system. Normally, experiences are recorded with a clear sense of time and context. But traumatic memories are often processed in a high emotional, disorganizing manner. This is why, when recalling a traumatic event, a person may not only remember the image or details, but also relive the fear, helplessness, and panic associated with it. Sometimes a specific smell, sound, or environment can trigger the trauma, making it feel as if happening all over again. Reorganizing and reprocessing these experiences takes time. However, in same case, this process remains incomplete, leading to long-term psychological effects such as post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. This occurs when the brain continues to perceive the traumatic memory as an ongoing threat rather than just a past event. Neurological change in the brain. Trauma can cause structural and functional change in the brain. These changes are often marked by decreased activity in a certain brain region, specifically the prefrontal cortex, which plays a role in decision-making, emotional regulation, and empathy, may be affected. After trauma, change in the prefrontal cortex can temporarily make it harder for a person to stay emotionally balanced and make healthy decisions. However, due to the brain's neuroplasticity, this change reverses over the time. The brain can restructure itself restoring the function through adaptive processes. While these neurological changes may reinforce feeling of insecurity and anxiety, they also create opportunities for healing and growth. With the right therapeutical interventions, emotional regulation skill can be strengthened and person's overall well-being can improve. The brain's response to trauma is only shaped by difficulties, but also by its capacity for adaptation and resilience. The physical effect of trauma. Trauma affects not only mental health, but also physical health. The changes in the brain can leave lasting effects on body. High level of stress after trauma can cause the body to remain in the constant state of alertness, which can weaken the immune system, increase the risk of heart disease, hypertension, and other physical health issues. Additionally, trauma can lead to increased muscle tension, headaches, and sleep disturbance. Long-term effects of trauma. Trauma can deeply affect individuals' lives, but its impact does not have to be permanent. The brain continually works to process and cope with traumatic experiences. This process can take years, but thanks to neuroplasticity, healing is possible. People recover from trauma in different ways, whether through professional support or personal efforts. Trauma is not just about psychological issue. It also has social and cultural dimensions. Family trauma, societal trauma, or large-scale traumas such as war, long-lasting effects on individuals and communities. However, with social support, community solidarity, and personal growth, these effects can be overcome. Healing is not only an individual's journey, but also a communal one. The healing process, rewiring the brain. Different psychological theories approach trauma and healing in unique ways. Freud and Jung offered distinct perspectives on brain's response to trauma and the path of recovery. Sigmund Freud repressed pain beneath the surface. Freud believed that trauma was often repressed into the unconscious. He argued that unresolved traumas buried in the unconscious minds could lead to neurosis and psychological distress. Freud's method of psychoanalysis involved bringing these hidden traumas into conscious awareness, allowing individuals to comfort and process them. Carl Jung, the collective unconscious and personal growth. Jung viewed trauma as a part of the collective unconscious influenced by universal archetypes. He processed that healing required individuals to comfort their shadow self, the parts of themselves they suppress or reject. In Jungian psychology, trauma is not just about overcoming suffering, but also achieving personal transformation and self-discovery. Modern approaches, cognitive behavior therapy. Contemporary therapies, such as cognitive behavior therapy, help individuals recognize and restructure negative thought patterns resulting from trauma. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing aids in reprocessing traumatic memories, enabling individuals to integrate them more effectively. Conclusion: the future impact of trauma. Ultimately, trauma recovery is about more than just rewiring the brain. It encompasses emotional and cognitive healing. Therapy, support, time, and personal effort can play a crucial role in this process. The brain's plasticity allows individuals to overcome trauma and rebuild their mental and emotional well-being. Understanding how the brain processes trauma is essential in overcoming its effects. While each person's healing journey is unique, recovery is possible. Recognizing and supporting healing is the first step toward transformation. While our brains may always remember painful experiences, with the right treatment and coping strategies, we can achieve a healthy balance once again.